Hello, it's your favorite sports Unc here. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button to join the fastest growing community on YouTube. Remember, Nightcap doesn't happen without you. So please subscribe or you're going to make Ocho cry. All right, there's our very special guest joining us tonight. He's a seven-time NBA All-Star, he's a seven-time All-NBA selection, a seven-time NBA All-Star, a two-time scoring champ, straight out of high school. Here he is, T-Mac, Tracy McGrady. T-Mac, what it do, bro?
What's up, dog?
We good, bro. How you feeling tonight?
Man, I'm blessed, brother. All good.
Well, thank you for joining us tonight. Let's go ahead, Ocho. You want to say something, Ocho?
I was at Mac. What's good, boy?
Florida boy.
You good?
My dog. What's up, boy?
Man, I'm chilling. I ain't see you on the court in a minute, man. You still want smoke again?
Ocho, come on, bro. That's how we starting off this tonight.
I'm just asking.
I'm glad you said that, Ocho. Let me clear some things up for people out there, right? We played in a celebrity game many, many moons ago, and this my dude. This my Florida brother. We was out there playing, roughing each other up, and folks thought we were actually fighting online. I would never fight this man. This my dude. So to clear that up, that was not me and Ocho fighting in a celebrity basketball game. That was something else going on. Me and my dude was just acting like Florida boys out there on the basketball court. That's what we were doing. So I wanted to clear that up, man, because I ain't never get a chance to talk to you about that. And I know there's a lot of stuff floating out there about us fighting.
Nah, but what he been talking about, he been telling us he dropped like 14, 16 on you, and you kind of got upset with him about that.
Or me?
I said, did you drop all 14, 16 points on T-Mac? He's like, yeah.
What juice that nigga drunk that night? On me? Hell no.
All right, T-Mac, let's get to some basketball. Look, what the MVP? I think we got Luka, we got Wemby, we got Jokic, you got SGA, you got Jaylen Brown, and I think you got Cade Cunningham. I think Cade is gonna miss the cutoff because he's gonna miss too many games. So just for the sake of this argument, let's set him to the side. But I believe it's out of those five: Luka, Jokic, SGA, Jaylen Brown, and Wemby. I don't know if you have a vote, you may or may not. But if you had to vote right now, there's still about 12, 14 games left in the season. But if you had to vote right now, T-Mac, where you leaning?
So, obviously, I think all five of these guys can win MVP because they're all having phenomenal seasons.
Yes.
But how I see the MVP and view the MVP, who's most valuable to their team? And out of those five, when I look at the rosters, it's Jaylen Brown. No question. Right? It's no question. SGA is playing with another all-star and playing with a cast that he played with last year. Yes, sir. But J-Dub has been out, in and out of the lineup, and he's just coming back. And then when I look at Jokic, now, Jokic, before he got hurt, I don't care what anybody was doing. He was my clear-cut MVP. The numbers he was putting up was just astronomical.
Yeah.
And then when you look at, bro, I'm just going to say this. When you look at Wemby, if Wemby doesn't win it this year, good luck to all the other players for the next 6 or 7 years because defensively, like his floor is better than all of those guys' ceiling. And we've never seen anybody on the defensive end have that type of impact. And I say the dude is like Deion Sanders, bro, on the basketball court, being able to shut an entire side down.
Yeah.
And then Luka, you know, for me, you got to play both sides of the ball. I think he's done a lot better this year defensively, but in this stretch that we've seen him on, he's been phenomenal scoring with the best of them. I mean, the dude is just a phenomenal offensive player.
Yeah.
But again, he's playing with LeBron James, and they didn't really. The team wise, I think they was a little, up and down. Really wasn't playing great basketball. Jaylen Brown and the Boston Celtics have been playing great basketball from the jump. And you look at his roster, JT has been out, right, up until a few weeks ago, him coming back. But you look at their roster, it's like, no way you guys should be in the second seed in the Eastern Conference. So most valuable player at this point, to me, still is Jaylen Brown.
When you look at this and you see what the OKC Thunder, what they've been able to do, even when SGA was out, they were still finding ways to win. And that's the mark of a good team. When you can be without your best player and you still win, you can be without your second best player and guys come in and contribute and you can still win. That shows you the depth of a given team.
Yeah.
So now if I said, okay, T-Mac, some money that means something to you, and if it's your money you putting up, it means something to you. Who you think is in the finals? Because I go back and forth because a part of me wants to say San Antonio, a part of me wants to say the
OKC.
OKC, and then I look at the East.
Yeah.
I still think Boston healthy. I don't think anybody. If Boston and Detroit, but Cade has to play great in order for them to win. JT can have an off game and JB carry him.
Yeah.
JB can have an off game and JT can carry him. And then you got that little guy Peyton Pritchard. He coming out the bench, and before you know it, he done hit you over your head with 22 points. T-Mac.
No, you absolutely right, man. You know, some of these guys, when they miss games, their team don't fall off. They still win ball games. You know, Detroit had a good one tonight, but they lost against the Hawks, but they still playing good basketball without Cade Cunningham. Jalen Duren is stepping up with in the absence of him. And actually, their little point guard, Dennis Jenkins, is playing great basketball for them too. So for Detroit, I want to see this because I wanted to see how they function without the head of the snake and Cade Cunningham. And they answered my question. These guys are still a legit team without him. And I see how they can play when Cade gets in foul trouble or he's off the court for whatever reason. They still play good basketball. And with Jaylen Brown there, man, I just don't see nobody in the Eastern Conference as balanced and solid all around like them. New York Knicks, they have everything, but you just don't know. It's been some inconsistent basketball with them. So I'm going Boston, and it pains me to say this because I love the Denver Nuggets. Jokic is my favorite player. Them being healthy, man.
Because Peyton Watson is coming back at some point in time because you look at the way they were playing with Peyton Watson and you got playoff Jamal, because you know Jamal Murray. He and Jokic in the pick and roll is the most stoppable tandem.
So I'm going to say this. Before I had Denver, when they were fully healthy, I just thought Denver was that team. But because it's been, Aaron Gordon been out of the lineup. Peyton Watson been out of the lineup. Christian Braun's been out of the lineup. Like so many of these guys, Cam Johnson, they're core guys that's made so much time. I gotta go with Boston and OKC in the finals, dog.
Wow. No San Antonio. You don't think San Antonio is quite old enough yet? Because I love Wemby, Stephen Castle, Vassell. They Harrison Barnes comes off the bench. Keldon Johnson. I love Keldon Johnson. He's a bucket. I don't care what. It don't matter. He get in the game. He gonna get 20, T-Mac.
No, that boy be playing, man. Whether he knocking down the three or get to the cup. I love their team. I just think this is the year where they're gonna have that growing pain of failing to reach the finals, and then the next few years, my gosh, watch out.
It's gonna be crazy.
My gosh.
Yeah. Hey, Mac. I want to switch gears real quick. Obviously, you with great knowledge of the game, and everyone has their own criteria.
Hold on, bro. Where the hell are you at, bro?
I'm in the car. I was stuck in rush hour traffic.
You ain't no goddamn rush hour traffic, bro. This how you do me, bro. You supposed to be my boy. You supposed to be in the studio or at the crib. You in the car, man?
No, I swear to God, T-Mac, I was in standstill traffic for like 45 minutes.
All right. Apology accepted, bro.
I'm at the house now, but real quick, everyone has their own criteria. There's always dialogue. There's always endless conversations, barbershop talk, basketball talk when it comes to who the best is to ever play this game. So based on your knowledge and having to face these individuals, in your mind, who is the greatest basketball player of all time when it comes to the debate about Michael Jordan and LeBron James? Who is the GOAT of the game?
You only threw two of them in there? You threw two
Wait, is
guys in
it?
there.
He got.
Whoa, whoa,
I think T Mac got Kobe in that discussion.
You only got two guys
no.
in there?
What? Talk to me nice now. Talk to me nice, and let me know who you feel the best is ever. We talk about the GOAT now. So if there's another GOAT you want to add to the conversation.
So for me, it's MJ all day.
Okay.
I grew up watching Mike, and I just haven't seen. And it's not even about the numbers and the championships. It's what I'm watching, right? With my eyes, what I see on the basketball court. Yeah, that other stuff helps, but it's all about the eye test and what this man did, night in and night out defensively, clutch, whatever you needed. And that's not to say LeBron can't be the GOAT, but for me, it's my GOAT. It's MJ. And I think how you have to do it, you got to go by eras, man, because, it's
right.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's different style of basketball. It's different players. Like MJ ain't see no Kobe. MJ ain't see no T-Mac. MJ ain't see no Vince. And I don't want to disrespect those wing players, but let's be honest. The 2000 wings, bro, they wasn't in right. They were deeper. And the game changed. So, and then in LeBron's era, he ran that, right? Putting up crazy stats, the MVPs, but he had some competition. That was Kobe Bryant. And then later on in his career, you got to add Steph Curry in there, right? So it's eras for me, man. All these guys are GOATs because they always freaking great, bro.
Yeah, I think the thing is that I don't know how you felt when you first saw Michael Jordan, but I always tell the story. He doesn't seem real, T-Mac. He level. I mean, when I first laid eyes on this man, I was in at the Super Bowl. This man was levitating, and I'm looking at him, and he probably thinking, "Man, Sterling Sharpe, little brother, he's something wrong with him." Cause he don't even. T-Mac, am I lying? Does he seem real?
So I'm gonna tell you this story, and I'm glad you said that. And people really don't understand that aura is a real thing, bro. For real, his aura is like none other. So I was 17 years old, and this is when I announced that I was gonna go to the NBA. Chicago was playing the Atlanta Hawks. I go to the game, watch MJ and Pip and the Bulls do their thing that night. I go in the back after the game, and I'm waiting for these guys. I'm waiting by the Chicago Bulls locker room because we got some passes, and the team that I was with had the connections. Shay, MJ, Rodman walked out. All right, cool. That's Rodman right there. Pip walks out. All right, bro. MJ walks out of that locker room, my dude. Nah, it's like he was glowing, bro. He had like this aura around him that was. I'm telling you,
people don't believe it.
This is 17-year-old me watching this guy because this is right. NBC. This is the golden era of basketball. That's how I got to watch him, right? It's to see him on TV and what he was doing back in the late 80s, early 90s for me when I started watching, and to actually see this brother in person. Nah, he didn't seem real.
He still don't. I get the same feeling when I see that man in person that I got the very first time that I saw his ass in person. This joker levitating. I don't care what nobody say. This man was levitating. He was not walking. He was levitating. And I've seen a lot of famous people in the world in my time. Yeah. But don't nobody has the aura like Michael Jordan. Nah. Now maybe Michael Jackson, but I never saw Michael Jackson in person.
Right. Yeah.
I've seen Prince in person. I've seen a lot of celebs in person. I've never seen anything like what this man, the glow and the power, the energy, the force that is around him, man. You got to be in his presence to understand what T-Mac. But if you think about it, Chad, everybody that's ever been around him has said the same thing. Yeah. From Shaq to Kevin Garnett to everybody said the exact same thing. He doesn't. Allen Iverson say the man, he don't even seem real.
Nah, he don't, man. And I was actually just with him at the Writers' Cup, and it's hard not to just stare at Mike, bro. That's Mike, bro.
I'm glad I ain't the only one. I'm glad I ain't the only one, T-Mac.
No, that's Mike right there, fool. But nah, and for me, when I first saw him, and then my first couple of times playing against him, like I still had that feeling. But it's like I've been around Mike so many times, I still, have high regards. The aura's kind of wore off a little bit. It's still there, and that's still Mike. But man, when I was 17 years, I ain't never seen anything like it, bro.
It's amazing. Like I said, I've been around a lot of famous people, a lot of famous people.
Yeah.
But ain't nothing like this dude right here, man.
Nah. And when he came back to the Wizards, because I was 18 years old, I played against him when they won 72-10. That was my rookie year.
Okay.
And I played against him his last year before he retired. And that 18-year-old me was trying to figure out, who I was as an NBA player and trying to learn the game. So I didn't really, have that type of game or that force that I wanted. But when his ass came back, when he was with the Wizards,
hey, you might be wounded, but I'm gonna give you this work.
I got to give you this work. I don't like what you did to my mind when I was 17 years old, making me seem like you ain't for real.
Hey, because that was Kobe's mindset. You remember Kobe dropped 55 on him the last time he played him, and people were like, well, Kobe, why would you do that? He said that's what he would want me to do. He would have it no other way. Because I guarantee you, if the roles were reversed.
Oh, yeah, he would have did the same thing. Would have did the same thing. So that's why before he left I had to get at least 40 on it, bro. Before he stopped playing, I had to see that I dropped 40. And I don't care if the Wizards might, because the Wizards might was still averaging 24 points, 25 points, and putting up some crazy numbers when he was healthy playing. So I viewed him as Chicago Bulls Mike. He got to come get this work.
When you look, what I wanted to ask you, T-Mac, as a guy that played the game at an elite level, there was a lot of conversation going back and forth when Bam got 83. Bam got 83. Look how he got to 83. The game was out of reach. T-Mac, can you just tell the people how hard it is to score 40, 50, 60? Because I think you got a career high of like 60, 62. So now, go to 70, go to 80. I don't give a damn how he did it. I don't care if he cherry picked, snowbird, whatever you guys call it, where the guy just standing at half court and getting layups on the other end. I don't give a damn what you call it. 83 is 83. Talk to the people from somebody that played the game at an elite, high level. Explain to the people, even though the Washington Wizards are trash and it says more about them than it does Bam, explain to people 83 damn points.
Yeah, the league has been around, 70-something years. Only
1947.
How many people scored that? 3. 3. That's all I have. It's only 3, regardless of how he did it and how you view him when he did it. It's 83 points, and we haven't seen that. Only one time, and that was Bean. So, yeah, do I think it could have been a little bit more competitive on Washington's side? Of course, but they make millions of dollars as well. Right?
Yes.
They got a job to do. And if you had an opportunity to make history, who's not going to do that? So 30 years from now, when, kids are coming up, these babies right now, and they come up and they looking at the scoring list like, damn, what is Bam Adebayo? He scored 83 points. They're not going to care how he scored it. They just know, man, that man is on an all-time scoring list. That man. So I don't care how he scored it, man. It's a lot of people out there that's hating on the man because he overtook, and Kobe never had the record. I don't know what they talk about. Kobe had the record.
The record is 100.
The record is 100. Now, we haven't seen it. I haven't seen the video, but the record is 100.
But you know what I think, T-Mac? I think because Kobe got 81 and then I think it was Bam is because he's the most unlikeliest guy to get 83. Had Kobe got 83, had you got 80, it got 80 plus. Had one of these guys that we look at it scores, Kevin Durant, James Harden, Allen Iverson. If one of you guys get it, I don't think anybody's batting the eye. But you're talking about Bam, that's a career, 20-point-a-night score, and all of a sudden he jumped from 20 all the way up to get 83. We don't normally see guys go like that. Even you look at Donovan Mitchell. Donovan Mitchell, when he got 70, you look at Luka, they got 70. Those guys are scorers. So it's not anything. So if they were to got, because we saw them get, Luka got 73, I think, against the Hawks. I think Donovan Mitchell got 70 something.
And
if
Booker.
they get 80, we not even batting the eye. But Bam got it, and we don't look at Bam as one of those guys, a scorer.
He's an NBA player, man. The man got hot. He had a phenomenal night. End of story. Like, yeah, he scored 83, man. Let that shit go, bro. Like, man, he's an NBA player, bro. I've seen guys averaging, 17 points in this league get 50. So what do you got to say about that?
Ocho, I think Ocho trying, you muted, Ocho.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Hey, Mac, I got a question. Listen, normally pushback for 83-point game that Bam scored, you hear from analysts, you hear from pundits, you hear from fans that are just fans of the game in general that enjoy watching basketball. But when you hear pushback from actual players that played the game, and they complain also about Bam scoring 83, why do you think that is? Especially from those who have played the game at the highest level, why would they have a problem with it?
It's because of how it happened, and rightfully so. Like it was a nasty game. It was a nasty game of what they was doing. That's what they're speaking on. There's no disrespect to Bam. It's just how it happened. You know what I mean? Like the Washington Wizards and fouling, and then Miami fouling to try to get the
ball back.
Oh, okay.
It was all that stuff right there is what they was pissed off about.
I don't know. Did you see Shump's comment?
I did not.
Iman Shumpert said, this is what he said about Bam. Don't bring up 80 no more. Don't bring that up. That was a regular season game versus a tanking team. You murdered that team. And then you walk off, Bam. You don't need to talk about it. We all saw it. Let us talk about it. I'm in a suit. I can talk about it. Don't talk about it no more, Bam, because now it looks weird. You're about to make it where I don't like 83 no more. I'm dead serious. Please don't be holding on to this, Bam. I need you to add to your resume. F that. I'm talking about it forever. As a matter of fact, I'm changing my name, Mr. 83.
Mr. 83. That's going to be my social media name on all social media channels. Mr. 83. Straight up. Like, come on, bro. Like,
how you not talk about that?
Man, these people out here crazy, dog. That's 83 points in an NBA game, I do, against NBA players that's making millions of dollars. Come on, dog.
It's his.
No, we can't do that.
Hey, Unc, it's history. That. It's history. How can you not? How can you not talk about history? You're a part of it.
I tell you, Ocho. Let's just say, for the sake of argument, all their top corners go out. But you get 300 yards, and y'all still throwing the ball. Y'all up 21 points, and y'all throw the ball, and you catch a 15-yard route to go over 300. Are you going to say, man, I feel bad for them. They top three corners was out. I did the.
Oh, no.
Right.
You in the NFL.
Hey, I'm going to talk. You'd be crazy. I might change my last name to 300, too.
Straight up. 300. Bro. It's very rare for us to see this type of performance, regardless of how it happens, right? Regardless of how it happens. It's a professional. It's supposed to be the best players in the world, right? It's supposed to be the best league in the world, right? That's all I'm saying. So we the best players in the best league. The man scored 83 points. There's no asterisk. It happened.
I think. See, people are like, well, Kobe didn't mention it. Well, Kobe had a game where he stopped at 62 and left in the third at the end of the third and then come back in the game. Kobe has had these scoring outbursts. So we're not surprised. I don't think anybody was surprised because just 3 weeks earlier, he had a 62-point game where he outscored the entire, if I'm not mistaken, I think it was the Mavericks, by himself in three quarters. So we're not surprised when Kobe kept going and ended up getting that. Or when Jordan has got these 60 points. But Bam, I don't even know if Bam's career high is even 40.
Do you remember David Robinson was trying to get
last game of the season, they got him the scoring title to beat Shaq.
Feeding him every single time, every single trip. But we didn't say nothing about that. Right? So
as a matter of fact, I think it was against the Clippers.
It was against the Clippers. Oh,
they fed the crap out of David Robinson.
He wasn't going to score that.
He had 71.
Man, he wasn't scoring that against nobody else but the Clippers. Why? Because they were like the Washington Wizards.
Okay.
Well, you mean the Washington Generals that played the Harlem Globetrotters? That's what the Wizards are now. Hey, T-Man, Chad, you said this week the Board of Governors of NBA, they're convening and they're going to vote possibly expansion. One Vegas, one Seattle. You said you was like, hold on, guys. I'm not so sure there's enough talent on the 30 current NBA teams for you to dilute it even more, adding 2 more teams, because players you can only protect a certain number of players. And then everybody else is up for discussion with those teams like, okay, I want this guy, I want that guy. What went into your thought process? Why did you say you don't think there's enough talent that's currently in the NBA for the league to add 2 more teams?
So we just talked about Bam scoring 83 points, right? What did you call that team he scored 83 points on?
The Washington Generals.
We want 2 more teams. And you just said the NBA team, you call these boys the Washington Generals. They're not the only team like that. You got Utah tanking. You got the Brooklyn Nets.
Yep.
You want to watch the Brooklyn Nets?
Nah, bro. I don't.
Why? Why you don't want to watch the Brooklyn Nets?
Because they ain't even trying. They at least the Wizards are playing their guys. T-Mac, the Utah not even. They take their guys out. They down by 2, and they started for the whole 4th quarter. Triple J getting surgery on a wisdom tooth. He out for the rest of the year. Man, that's a bullshit.
You answered the question that you asked me. Sacramento, you tune in and watch Sacramento up?
No.
Not even.
All right, man. So now you talk about adding 2 more teams, and this. Come on, bro.
I got a question. Mac. Mac.
Ocho, let me follow this up right quick. T-Mac, you talking about 2 teams, and each team, they say the winning bid is going to be somewhere between $7 and $10 billion. And the owners, that's probably 500, maybe $600 million in each owner's pocket.
Hey, I don't want to take no money out of nobody's pocket. I know it's about bread. Okay. But I'm just saying, as a fan of the game, man, if we don't have the product, man, I'm sorry, we just don't have the product. The league is weird. It's strange, man. I can't understand the league. I'm looking at a guy that averaged 30 points last year in the NBA, 29, 30 points on a bad team, but a bucket getter, probably one of the best bucket getters in our league as a young player. He gets waived from his team. Another bad team picks him up, right? Cam Thomas. Another bad team picks him up. He stays there for a few weeks, and they waive him. Ocho, the brother was averaging 30 in the NBA last season before he got hurt, and he's out of the NBA. So, come on, I want that type of talent in the NBA. I want that in the NBA, so where he takes tough shots. He's a tough shot maker. He can't find a home in the NBA. Now I don't know the other stuff that's going on, whether it's his attitude or he's not. You know what I'm saying? I don't know none of that. I don't have any of that information. But in terms of a basketball player and what we need in this league, what we want to see, that kid is one of the best scorers you will see in this league.
Hey, Mac, what I was gonna say, right? If it make money, it makes sense, especially to the owner, to the GMs. The bottom line, it will always be the same, and it's always been the same since the beginning of time. It's always about the money. So with these 2 expansion teams, if Seattle is able to get one, if Vegas is able to get one, how long do you think it would take before they're able to produce the product or get the product necessary for those teams to compete? Or is that not possible because there's not enough basketball players in general?
No, I think it is possible because, there's, I think with some of these kids coming out of college, it depends on how you construct your roster. There's some vets that's probably are, up for a contract and possibly will look at that Las Vegas situation or look at Seattle. Seattle's a phenomenal city to hoop in, by the way. Vegas, for NBA players, that's a
No
little
taxes,
tricky.
T-Mac.
Yeah, but that's a little tricky. That's Vegas.
Yeah.
Hey, the girls can handle that. The WNBA players can
Right.
handle that. The NFL players, it's more of a strict league. You know, you guys only got one game,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
y'all have a curfew.
Right.
NBA players got too much downtime, dog. Hey, Vegas might be a little tricky, but
T-Mac, tell us about the ones league that you founded. Tell what is the ones?
so that's my one-on-one league, man. You know, I started a one-on-one league back in 2022, and it was my proof of concept season. And I started this league because of where I am sitting today is because of a platform that I got on when I was in high school, and that was the ABCD camp. See, if y'all don't know, I was an unknown high school player up until my senior year. Nobody really knew who I was. I got invited to the Adidas camp, become the #1 player after that Adidas camp, and the story is I go to the NBA, and the rest is history. So it's that platform that really made me who I was and gave me a name. So it's a lot of hoopers. Ocho, you grew up down in the bottom, man. You grew up with some guys that can hoop like crazy, and probably had, a situation where someone in the family died and they had to pivot and step up and be the parent, the guardian in that situation, or they just couldn't get it right as a teenager and was in some trouble and ruined their careers or whatever. And then the guys just really didn't get the opportunity to live out their dream of playing basketball. Well, there's so many guys, so much talent and one-on-one out here, man, that I feel they should have that platform. You play one-on-one growing up?
I did.
Ocho, you played one-on-one
Yes,
growing
sir.
up? We
No.
all play.
But go ahead, T-Mac. Hey, T-Mac, 21 was one-on-one.
Basically.
It was one-on-one against 15 other guys.
I was just about to say that. Like, I grew up playing one-on-one, and then 21 was our
Because now it looks weird. You're about to make it where I don't like 83 no more. I'm dead serious. Please don't be holding on to this, Bam. I need you to add to your resume. F that. I'm talking about it forever. As a matter of fact, I'm changing my name, Mr. 83.
Mr. 83. That's going to be my social media name on all social media channels. Mr. 83. Straight up. Like, come on, bro. Like,
how you not talk about that?
Man, these people out here crazy, dog. That's 83 points in an NBA game, my dude, against NBA players that's making millions of dollars. Come on, dog.
It's his.
No. We can't do that.
Hey, Unc, it's history. That. It's history. How can you not? How can you not talk about history? You're a part of it.
I tell you, Ocho. Let's just say, for the sake of argument, all their top corners go out, but you get 300 yards, and y'all still throwing the ball. Y'all up 21 points, and y'all throw the ball, and you catch a 15-yard route to go over 300. Are you gonna say, man, I feel bad for them. They top 3 corners was out. I did the.
Oh no.
Right.
You in the NFL.
Hey, I'm gonna talk. You'd be crazy. I might change my last name to 300 too.
Straight up. 300. It's very rare for us to see this type of performance, regardless of how it happens. Right? Regardless of how it happens. It's a professional. It's supposed to be the best players in the world, right? It's supposed to be the best league in the world, right? That's all I'm saying. So we the best players in the best league. The man scored 83 points. There's no asterisk. It happened.
I think. See, people are like, well, Kobe didn't mention it. Well, Kobe had a game where he stopped at 62 and left in the third at the end of the third and then come back in the game. Kobe has had these scoring outbursts. So we're not surprised. I don't think anybody was surprised because just 3 weeks earlier, he had a 62-point game where he outscored the entire, if I'm not mistaken, I think it was the Mavericks, by himself in 3 quarters. So we're not surprised when Kobe kept going and ended up getting that. Or when Jordan has got these 60 points. But Bam, I don't even know if Bam's career high is even 40.
Do you remember David Robinson was trying to get
I do. The last game of the season, they got him the scoring title to beat Shaq.
Feeding him every single time, every single trip. But we didn't say nothing about that, right? So
as a matter of fact, I think it was against the Clippers.
It was against the Clippers. Oh,
they fed the crap out of David Robinson.
He wasn't going to score that.
He had 71.
Else. Man, he wasn't scoring that against nobody else but the Clippers. Why? Because they were like the Washington Wizards.
Okay.
Well, you mean the Washington Generals that played the Harlem Globetrotters? That's what the Wizards are now. Hey, T-Man, you said this week the Board of Governors of NBA, they're convening and they're going to vote possibly expansion. One Vegas, one Seattle. You said you was like, hold on, guys. I'm not so sure there's enough talent on the 30 current NBA teams for you to dilute it even more, adding 2 more teams, because players you can only protect a certain number of players. And then everybody else is up for discussion with those teams like, okay, I want this guy, I want that guy. What went into your thought process? Why did you say you don't think there's enough talent that's currently in the NBA for the league to add 2 more teams?
So we just talked about Bam scoring 83 points, right? What did you call that team he scored 83 points on?
The Washington Generals.
We want 2 more teams. And you just said the NBA team, you call these boys the Washington Generals. They're not the only team like that. You got Utah tanking. You got the Brooklyn Nets.
Yep.
You want to watch the Brooklyn Nets?
Nah, bro. I don't.
Why? Why you don't want to watch the Brooklyn Nets?
Because they ain't even trying. They at least the Wizards are playing their guys, T-Mac. The Utah not even, they take their guys out, they down by 2, and they started for the whole 4th quarter. Triple J getting surgery on a wisdom tooth. He out for the rest of the year. Man, that's a
so you answer the question that you asked me. Sacramento, you tune in and watch Sacramento up?
No.
Nah, they been.
All right, man. So now you talk about adding 2 more teams and this. Come on, bro.
I got a question. Mac.
Ocho, let me follow this up right quick. T-Mac, you talking about 2 teams, and each team, they say the winning bid is going to be somewhere between $7 and $10 billion. And the owners, that's probably 500, maybe $600 million in each owner's pocket.
Hey, I don't want to take no money out of nobody's pocket. I know it's about bread. Okay. But I'm just saying, as a fan of the game, okay, man, if we don't have the product, man, I'm sorry, we just don't have the product. The league is weird, it's strange, man. I can't understand the league. I'm looking at a guy that averaged 30 points last year in the NBA. 29, 30 points. On a bad team. But a bucket getter, probably one of the best bucket getters in our league as a young player. He gets waived from his team. Another bad team picks him up, right? Cam Thomas. Another bad team picks him up. He stays there for a few weeks, and they waive him. That Ocho, the brother was averaging 30 in the NBA last season before he got hurt, and he's out of the NBA. So come on, I want that type of talent in the NBA. I want that in the NBA, so where he takes tough shots. He's a tough shot maker. He can't find a home in the NBA. Now I don't know the other stuff that's going on, whether it's his attitude or he's not. You know what I'm saying? I don't know none of that. I don't have any of that information. But in terms of a basketball player and what we need in this league, what we want to see, that kid is one of the best scorers you will see in this league.
Hey, Mac, what I was going to say, right? If it make money, it makes sense, especially to the owner, to the GMs. The bottom line, it will always be the same, and it's always been the same since the beginning of time. It's always about the money. So with these 2 expansion teams, if Seattle is able to get one, if Vegas is able to get one, how long do you think it would take before they're able to produce the product or get the product necessary for those teams to compete? Or is that not possible because there's not enough basketball players in general?
No, I think it is possible because, there's, I think with some of these kids coming out of college, it depends on how you construct your roster. There's some vets that's probably are, up for a contract and possibly will look at that Las Vegas situation or look at Seattle. Seattle's a phenomenal city to hoop in.
Yeah.
by the way. Vegas, for NBA players, that's a
No
little
taxes,
tricky.
T-Mac.
Yeah, but that's a little tricky. That's Vegas.
Yeah.
Hey, the girls can handle that. The WNBA players can
Right.
handle that. The NFL players, it's more of a strict league. You know, you guys only got one game,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
y'all have a
Right.
curfew. NBA players got too much downtime, dog. Hey, Vegas might be a little tricky, but
T-Mac, tell us about the ones league that you founded. Tell what is the ones?
so that's my one-on-one league, man. You know, I started a one-on-one league back in 2022, and it was my proof of concept season. And I started this league because of where I am sitting today is because of a platform that I got on when I was in high school, and that was the ABCD camp. See, if y'all don't know, I was an unknown high school player up until my senior year. Nobody really knew who I was. I got invited to the Adidas camp, become, the #1 player after that Adidas camp. And, the story is I go to the NBA and the rest is history. So it's that platform that really made me who I was and gave me a name. So it's a lot of hoopers. Ocho, you grew up down in the bottom, man. You grew up with some guys that can hoop like crazy and probably had, a situation where someone in the family died and they had to pivot and step up and be the parent, the guardian in that situation, or they just couldn't get it right as a teenager and was in some trouble and ruined their careers or whatever. And then guys just really didn't get the opportunity to live out their dream of playing basketball. Well, there's so many guys, so much talent and one-on-one out here, man, that I feel they should have that platform. You play one-on-one growing up?
I did.
Ocho, you played one-on-one
Yes,
growing
sir.
up? We
No.
all play.
But go ahead, T-Mac. Hey, T-Mac, 21 was one-on-one.
Basically.
It was one-on-one against 15 other guys.
I was just about to say that. Like, I grew up playing one-on-one, and then 21 was our one-on-one as well. So, man, I just think these cats out here really need that platform. I want to create it for them. But on top of that, it's much bigger than just giving them a platform to make a name for themselves in basketball. I also want to do something for brothers that look like us in the ownership department. See, it's not it's in your league. It's not too many guys that look like us that have ownership. I was lucky enough to have that opportunity to go in with the Buffalo Bills with my cousin Vince. So we got some ownership with that, and it just really sparked my interest. Of like, I want to do this for my people, and I want to change how I'm building this league. So I'm building it to have cities. I want cities and have guys like Jadakiss, who's from New York. I give him 15% of this team that's based out of New York. John Wall is from Raleigh. I gave him 15% of that Raleigh team. And I have 8 cities and 8 owners and GMs that I assigned to this team, gave them equity. I didn't want any money for them. I just handed it to them because they are impactful in those cities that they grew up. And then when you look at the game of basketball, our game of basketball, NBA, like Steph Curry is not from Oakland or San Francisco. LeBron James is not from LA. These guys are homegrown from these cities, and I want that community to get behind them and push these guys and support these guys. So that's why I want to do this, man. And I'm really excited about giving these guys this platform.
T-Mac, we're going to get you out of here. I don't know. I think
man,
Pat Bell.
Y'all cut me off all early. What?
No, we'll keep you. We're going to keep you going. Check this out. Pat Bell says Dame Dollar is not a Hall of Famer. This is what he said. He said, hell no. I love Dame. It's too many people getting in the Hall of Fame. How are we going to say no to Derrick Rose getting MVP and say yes to Dame Dollar? If he get a chip, for sure. T-Mac, Dame, a 9-time NBA All-Star, 2000 All-Rookie team, 75th anniversary team, 7-time All-NBA selection, 2012-13 Rookie of the Year, 2023-24 MVP, All-Star Game MVP. What we doing here, T-Mac? Talk to me now.
You ain't got to run all that stuff out. I'm disappointed in my brother Pat. That man is a for sure Hall of Famer. Are you kidding me? Did he watch it? Did he watch this cat? Like, if that's not a Hall of Famer, I don't know what it is.
Yeah, I mean,
right.
Like, I think we be looking at, like, we be trying to put too much into what it is. Now, obviously, there are different rooms for the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, like LeBron James,
Mm-hmm.
Steph Curry. These boys are in a different room.
Right.
Yes.
Right? They're in a different room. But don't discredit Dame Dollar because he didn't accomplish this up here, bro. That man still is one of the greats. He a top 75 player. That's Hall of Fame worthy. I'm sorry.
I think. Hey,
Pat, I'm gonna have to holler at my boy Pat because he trains at my house.
Yeah.
So next time he comes over, we gotta have a conversation about that.
Uncle.
I agree with you. I agree with you,
Now,
T-Mac. Go ahead,
I was saying,
Ocho.
Uncle Mac, you know, Pat Bev trying to be the villain in a sense. Obviously, Dame Dollar meets the criteria for what a Hall of Fame player is. He's
Hell
just
yeah.
Man, no question.
Bev tripping, man. Bev just trying to stir up the conversation. He's trying to stir up the conversation.
That's where y'all at.
I think the thing is, you said something very interesting, T-Mac, and this is what I tell people all the time. I said, I'm in the building of the Hall of Fame. I'm in there, but they got rooms for Jerry. They got rooms for Lawrence Taylor. They got rooms for certain guys like that. Aaron Donald going to be in one of those rooms. You know, Tom Brady's going to be in one of those rooms. They got rooms. But to say this man and what he's accomplished, does it belong in the Hall of Fame?
Yeah, no, that's
I don't
crazy.
know about that.
That's
I
crazy.
just
because you got to understand, man. There are guys that are just put in situations. They're great players. I'm not taking anything, but they're put in situations with where it's the organization, whether there's a GM, whether there's a coach, that is all about winning, and they get into, you know, that organization, that team, and you know they become their greatness is highlighted because of what's around them, right?
yes.
It's highlighted because of what's around them. That and some of these guys, like, you know, I will look at, give me a player like Kevin Garnett before he went to Boston, right? Before he went to Boston, to me, Kevin Garnett was a freaking Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
A Hall of Famer, no doubt. And he didn't have a career where he was like going deep into the playoffs and going to the finals. Like, he didn't have that. Like, you trying to tell me KG wasn't a Hall of Famer before he got to Boston, man? Get out of here with that, bro. Again,
Yeah, I think
it's different rooms.
T-Mac, you know what has happened. Social media has come on, and so now everybody has an opinion, and we can see everybody's opinion.
Yeah.
And I think the thing is this ring culture. Because what they do now, if somebody has the 5th guy, the 12th guy on the bench can have a ring, and they'll say he's better than an all-time great that doesn't. I'm like, bro, do y'all realize what y'all saying? I say, when y'all take shots at Charles Barkley, when you take a shot at Karl Malone, I understand they don't have rings. But do you understand how great they were? Just because you don't have and rings are, sometimes it takes a very special situation. You look at a guy like Steph Curry. He goes to Golden State. He has Joe Lacob and Peter Gruber as owners. Bob Myers as the general manager. They got money, more money than God should give 20 people in a lifetime. And they did a great job. They select Steph. They select Clay. They get Draymond. Kevin Durant joins them. Sean, you know, they did a great job.
I'm going to end this argument right now. Where was SGA before he got to OKC?
Clippers,
yeah.
People are talking about SGA catching up with Kobe right now because he's averaged 30 points 4 straight years.
Yep.
Got an MVP, got a finals MVP. They are putting him in the conversation with Kobe. Bruh, he wasn't even thought of or talked about when he was with the Clippers. Had he stayed with the Clippers, are we talking about SGA?
No.
Right, that's my point.
Because it was going to be, and this is what I tell people, situations matter.
Yes,
because he was not going to have the ball in his hand. That was Kawhi's team. So he wasn't going to be able to have the freedom like he has in OKC in the Clippers. And sometimes you have to leave a situation in order to get your own team, in order for you to grow. He was not going to be this, not with Kawhi there. Because Kawhi was the guy. He's coming off a Finals MVP.
No.
So he's a 2-time Finals MVP. He's a 2-time Defensive Player of the Year. And you mean to tell me this first or second year guard is going to be the center of attention after you moved heaven and earth in order to get him? It wasn't going to happen.
Not at all.
Hold on, Mac and Unc. Listen, as great as SGA is, right? Let's say he doesn't have the ball in his hands. As great as he is at OKC, you mean to tell me even if it was Kawhi's team and Kawhi had the ball the most, he still wouldn't be able to do what he's doing now?
No.
No. I still think he'll be an all-star, but I don't think we will see. He's not putting up 30 like this, right? And he probably wouldn't be an MVP with playing alongside Kawhi. I don't know, not at all. Not at all. Because the ball will be in Kawhi's hand. He's a 2 times Finals MVP, Ocho. And SGA was a young point guard at the time. So
Yes.
that ball was going to be in Kawhi's hands.
It's the same situation. T-Mac, what about the situation with James Harden? James Harden was not going to become James Harden in OKC. He had to go to Houston in order for him to flourish because you got Russ and you got KD. So how was he going to be able to show you? How was he going to be able to show you that, T-Mac?
No. He would have been James Harden in OKC.
Hold on, with Russ and KD?
Listen up.
Ooh, I want to hear this one.
Listen up. Did you see how he was coming off the bench putting up numbers, right?
Yes.
He was very young. At some point, he was going to be inserted into that offense, or maybe he come off the bench, but he still would have been James Harden.
No, ain't no way. I'm going to have to disagree. You mean to tell me you believe this man was going to average 36, 9, and 8?
No. I'm not talking about the numbers. I'm just saying what he became. Yeah, he would have put up, with those three, all three of them guys probably would have averaged 20 to really make it work. But it
don't work then. I mean, we got James because James Harden, we fell in love with James Harden because what was he doing? All them 30-point games, all those 50 and 60-point games. So so what we gonna do with Russ? So if you say James Harden, who needs the ball, what are we gonna do with Russ, T-Mac?
At that point, James Harden wasn't playing the way he's playing when he was with the Rockets. It was a different style of basketball he was playing with.
I know, but so how can he do that then?
What you mean how?
The style of ball that he ended up playing in Houston. How could he play that style with KD and Russ in OKC?
Coaching. It's coaching. You do not. I bet those guys regret. Well, they won a championship now that all those guys are gone. But looking back, I bet they wanted to keep those guys together. You talking James Harden, Russell Westbrook, and KD together? Bruh, they would have been a dynasty had they stayed together. They went to the finals, Unc. They went to the NBA finals.
But James wasn't even close to what he was in Houston.
He was gonna get there, Unc. He was gonna become
Mac,
that.
I'm confused.
He was gonna become. I'm not talking the 30-point. I'm just saying he would have been an all-star. Which was good enough.
I believe that. But you talk about a guy the guy that's a 3 or 4 time scoring champ. We talk about a guy that got a 60-point triple-double, a 50-point triple-double. The numbers that he's putting up with Russ, because now if you give the ball to James, that means you take the ball out of Russ' hands. Now Russ can't. I don't believe Russ can play off the ball. He needs the ball. Kevin Durant gonna be Kevin Durant. You give Kevin Durant 14 shots, he gonna get you 29 points. That's all KD
I'm confused.
But no. Hold on, Ocho. But Kevin Durant is the reason why this can work because he doesn't need the ball. He's a catch and shoot type guy, right? He's a one dribble pull up. He doesn't need the ball like that. But these two guys, the way they play, the way Rush pushes the ball, the tempo, and you got James Harden and KD on it. Oh, come on now.
But if you think about it, so let me ask you this. If KD believes so much he could win a championship in OKC, why would he leave for better ball movement?
I guess he and Russ, the relationship between those two. But look at this. Steph Curry, Klay Thompson. Didn't Klay Thompson hit 60 playing alongside Steph Curry?
Yes, but no dribbles. No dribbles. I think he had 11. I think he had somewhere between 11 and 13 dribbles. Okay, 9 dribbles. I was going to say somewhere between 11 and 13 dribbles. Which one of those guys are catch and shoot? Other than Kevin Durant, which one of those guys can catch and shoot?
James Harden was a catch and shoot guy. James Harden's he catch and shoot. Russ is not a catch. James Harden? Come on,
But you looking at. I'm looking at James Harden, what he was in Houston. You
Yes.
still looking at James Harden, what he was in OKC as a pup. You know, once you get that taste of blood, it's like you, T-Mac. I give you a prime example. I look at you your first 2 years. When you got started averaging 30, ain't no way you gonna be able to play moving forward like you did the first 2 years, T-Mac.
But what I'm saying is, stop looking at the 35, 30, what he averaged. Stop looking at that. James Harden was going to be the player that it was just going to be on a lower scale than that. But he was going to be that player that could put up those type of numbers. He was going to develop into that. That's all.
But I don't think we look at him like that, because if you think about it, when he was at his best, we had a serious discussion, T-Mac. Who's a better scorer, Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan, or James Harden? We're not having this discussion if he's in OKC.
I agree to that. But I still think I agree to that. But
okay,
what I'm saying is he's still with those two guys was gonna be James Harden and all develop into an all-star. In essence, still put up 40 points with them. He still can get a 40. He still could get a 50 with them. Nah, he's not going to average 35 because he's not going to have those shots. But I'm saying the player that he was going to develop into with them will be able to do that.
Is he an All-NBA? Is he an All-NBA?
In OKC?
In OKC, is he an All-NBA player?
Yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Hell
Matt.
yeah. Hell yeah.
Matt.
The way that man can score the ball, absolutely.
Hey, Mac.
Go ahead, Ocho.
Hey, Mac, how you say, even with James Harden, even though he was a young pup, right, and he would develop into the same player he is now, maybe not scoring 35, but he would have been just fine with Russ and KD. But you don't feel the same way if SGA stayed to develop with Kawhi and still wouldn't be able to do the same thing. What would be the difference?
The difference is SGA needs the ball. James Harden don't need the ball. James Harden can catch and shoot. Now, I'm saying it's opportunities playing with Russ to get the ball and be a playmaker and a scorer, but with SGA needs the ball in his hand. You don't see SGA sitting out on the perimeter for the catch and shoot. James Harden can, at that point in his career, he was a great catch and shoot
you
guy.
Basically saying that just based off style of play then? Okay.
Yes,
okay,
sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
But see, I look at James like when he went to Brooklyn, he took the ball over because I don't believe he could have played any other way than with the ball in his hand. Now, they didn't play long together. Him, Kyrie, and KD didn't play long. I think Kyrie got hurt, and then James ended up getting hurt, and so it really didn't mesh. But I just feel that in order for us to get to James Harden, the guy that's a top 75 player, see, he's not going. I don't believe he was going to be a top 75 player in OKC with Russ and KD.
I don't know, man. James,
3 guys on one team?
They scoring 150 points nowadays, bro.
But you look back. Yeah, they put up some crazy numbers.
That's what I'm saying.
It's just hard, and you could be right, D-Mac. But it's just hard for me to believe. Seeing the way Russ played and seeing the way James Harden, the way we fell in love with James Harden was when he got to Houston, because I knew he could score, because I saw him have a couple of 30-point games off the bench. But he burst out the scene first game, 35, then another 35, and then he getting 40, and then he getting 45. And I'm like, I thought he could be good, but I didn't think he could be that.
Nah, Unc, when you have the ball in your hands in the NBA and there's unlimited shots that you could get and you have the green light, and when you playing in a D'Antoni system, I wasn't surprised by that because I seen what he was doing in OKC with those two guys. So when now you get the ball in your hands and you in an offensive system, you playing with an offensive genius mind and D'Antoni, you see what he did for Jeremy Lin? Linsanity, right?
Yes.
So I wasn't surprised by that. I'm just saying what I seen in James and how what I projected I saw that he was going to be that type of player, regardless.
I'm glad you said that. Because I saw what Jeremy Lin did when he got with D'Antoni, and Kobe was there. And Kobe said, give me that damn ball and get your ass out the way. I'm glad you said that, T-Mac, because now we got James Harden, who needs the ball. Russ needs the ball. Somebody can't have the ball. Because look at it. Look at Luka and LeBron. Now, granted, LeBron is 41. It'd have been very interesting if Luka is 27 and LeBron is 28, used to having the ball, and Luka not has the ball. It would be very interesting. Bron knows I'm not the same guy right now. I'm 41 years of age. I'm 14 years as senior. You know what? As a matter of fact, damn second, I'm going to go on and get in the back seat. Because at first I was driving. Then I started riding shotgun. Now I'm all the way in the back seat because Austin Reeves now has the ball more than LeBron. LeBron basically on the wing, in the dunker spot. He's diving to the basket. LeBron shooting 13, 14 times a game, T-Mac. I ain't never think I see no bull job like that.
I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you said the third option on like when you have three dynamic players like that, and the third option is getting like 14 shots. So you have Russ, you have KD, you have James Harden.
Yes.
KD is the most efficient player we've seen shooting jumpers ever. 15 shots, he getting you 30, is he not?
Yep, I believe it.
That's 15 shots, right? You trying to tell me James Harden with 17, 18 shots, he can't get that with those three guys? What would James Harden do with having 18 shots a game, He gonna put up some numbers,
He could if he was efficient like KD. If you look at James Harden is like a 46% from the floor. It's Kevin Durant that's shooting 50 plus. What's Russ? Russ doesn't have that level of efficiency. So you're gonna have to, in order to get points, you're gonna have to put up more shots.
That's why I was telling you this is where the coaching comes in, right? This is where I'm serious. This is where the coaching comes in. Because you know James, when you look at him, he's becoming one of the most dynamic scorers, right, on our team. In the league at this time. He's young, but he's becoming that type of scorer. Russ, we need you. You remember Russ when the way he played in Washington when he went to Washington? You remember how he played?
With John Wall, yes.
Russ would have to play like that, and that's coaching. We need you, and Russ, a triple-double guy, so 10 to 12 shots a game, Russ. You still going to get 15 points. You have 10 rebounds. You have 8 and 9. Probably you average a triple-double back. He probably would have averaged a triple-double back then because he's playing with two of the most dynamic scorers that we will see on the same team. That is coaching. It could work.
They don't seem to be doing a lot of that now these days. Is what you're talking about, coaching. They seem to be letting these guys do whatever the hell they want. Or because if you coach me too hard, I won't want to leave. I ain't putting up with your bull jive, T-Mac. You yelled at me, talk crazy to me in front of my peers. I got to get up out of here.
Yeah, man, the game is just different. I be talking to some of these coaches, man, and I just want to know, like, what's the mindset, what's the mental capacity of these players? And I talk to some of these coaches, and they like, yo, when these kids miss their first couple shots, it's like they're done. I say, done for what? He's like, they're done for the game. He's like, man, man. He was like, some of these guys just get in their own way, get in their own head. And I just like, how do y'all get them out of this rut? And it's like just constant just babying and just talking to these kids. Oh, what? You miss a couple shots and you done for the night? Like it's a different league. But then talking about, the coaching, in our era, it was like the Lakers didn't look like San Antonio. San Antonio didn't look like Sacramento. Portland looked a different way. Boston didn't look like Orlando. Like everyone had a different style in which they played. And when you watch today's game, it's only about a handful of teams that plays a different style. Like San Antonio has a style that I love that they play. Denver has a unique system that they play in. And, you could say Boston as well, but everybody else is just.
You don't like jacking up all them threes?
Nah, man, I don't. But Boston shoots a lot of threes too, but I don't like it because everybody don't have the personnel to
able to
be
do it.
jacking up
Yeah.
these threes. You know what I mean? So why not adapt a system that, ultimately fits your team? Do something that's conducive to the talent that you have on your team, and I just don't see a lot of that.
Hey, we have a guy that comes on the third member of the big three, ISO. You got any stories about going one-on-one with ISO?
No, by the time me and ISO became teammates, I was no longer T-Mac. I was Tracy. So
you Tracy McGrady?
Yeah, I was Tracy McGrady.